On the move, it's Hughes. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, on second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
And the Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7. They didn't handle the rigors of a Big Ten schedule very well a season ago, and hoping that they've learned some lessons they can use this year.
I think the coaching staff also thinks, Reese, that they're a more mature team. They have better leadership in the locker room. And, David, they're hoping that that's going to show up week in, week out in what's going to be a brutal Big Ten schedule.
Brutal. And, listen, you're hoping also they got something in their neck, right? Like, you're hoping they want some payback, right? Because that should have left a really bad taste in your mouth a year ago, and you should be ready to get that out. And you should be ready to extract some revenge. So let's see if this team comes out with a chip on their shoulder.
On the ground, it's Haynes. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped them in the backfield.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. to the big fella. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The Ducks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Got some room into the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And you want to finish half strong. This is a great job by this offense, executing down the field, taking up some clock, and punching the football in for 6.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He'll start this drive firing. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got his man downfield. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Under fire. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they hoped for. Trying to take it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Ducks. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that defensive touchdown all started with getting pressure on the quarterback. It was the hit on the QB that forced the errant throw. That was an easy interception and an easy pick six.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. To the ground with the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Priority number one, protecting your quarterback. You're down in the ball game. You've got to make sure you don't get those hits on him. Protect him a little bit more. We can get some big plays down the field.
The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They boot it away on fourth down. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. Love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. From the shotgun, the inside give. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He might want another play. Moore to the air. Throwing right. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Oregon was dominant last season until the Ducks ran into that Ohio State juggernaut in the Rose Bowl, and that left Oregon still in search of its long-awaited first national title.
Well, Dan Lanning has built this thing into a national championship contender. He's done it in the trenches, but I'm curious to see what they do at quarterback and how that position plays out. Dillon Gabriel exhausted his 17th year of eligibility finally last year, David, so that's where my eyes are at.
He did, no doubt about it. He was around for a long time, but I think it's more the excitement with Lanning and continuing to bring in high recruiting classes, but breaking through and getting that first national title. They're on the precipice. Is this the year?
And the Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Here's the handoff. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Ducks are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Stewart. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll run it from the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Give to the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Out of the gun. They'll run it inside. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Ducks are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Sneak gets it done. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside give. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
To the air, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down into the 17.
I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm thinking about shifting this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Great job by the pass rush up front. 3rd and long situation. They're anticipating pass, and they know the quarterback's going to have to hold on to the football. Nice job hitting their ears back and getting home.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period.
You got 2. Get flag.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Hey, we saw this QB on the last drive. He had some success, right? The defense does a much better job getting to him, irritating him, frustrating him, and then most importantly, being able to catch him. And usually that's by committee, right? Not one guy going to get him on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
Pocket breaking down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for a man, it's Underwood. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Wolverines send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. this drive started from their own 26. Quarterback may change this route. Moore will throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to the ground game on the left. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Sends it back in motion. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got him downfield. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Off the play fake on first down. Time to take a shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the offense trying to hit the dagger route. You see the receiver, he went down the field, stretched it, made it look like it was going to be a go, put his foot in the ground, try to cut to the inside. They're just not able to be on the same page there.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
Trick 9B. Trick 9B.
They'll try the run. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Now facing a third and long. The offense changing the play. Moore to the air. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
So here comes the Michigan offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Got some room to run. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. And I don't think he got in. Those big bodies up front just creating a wall at the goal line. So they got nothing on the last play. Here's third and goal from the 1. Off the play fake. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the running back has it. Got the first down. Looking for more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They want that clock to run. Shows him the stiff arm. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Now on first down from the 28. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Behind the chains now on second and long. risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. These teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all three phases, this is a